nominating commission, and we heard the bill last.
Let's go.
All right, well, let her talk.
Okay, but she can't talk because she's talking to somebody else.
Yes, I can. I'm sorry. I
Okay.
apologize. You really can't be in 2 Zoom meetings at the one time, and I apologize for that. So the bill sets up a process to fill single member vacancies on the school board. The original bill that created our hybrid school board never spoke to what to do when there's one seat, and that became very evident when with the untimely death of Roger Hayden. It took 5 months to seat a new member on the school board, because the only thing the school board nominating commission, which if you're familiar with, it has 19 members, had to look towards was the original bill. And that required them to have 3 meetings in 3 different areas of the county. And those meetings are strictly informational. They are meetings where they explain how to apply to the school board and what.
Okay, so the conclusion was your bill to fix this whole situation. Is that correct?
Right.
And
hopefully shorten the time it takes to fill single member vacancies on the school board.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's fine. Any other questions about that?
You want a motion to?
Okay, yeah, you want to have the motion, Senator?
Yeah, I'd move the corrective language to solve the problem.
A second.
Okay, all the senators in favor?
And that's as amended, correct?
Yes,
As amended, yes. Yeah,
yes.
we'll accept the amendment, okay.
Yep.
Evan, you want to take the roll real quick?
If nobody has any objections, then we'll just go ahead and mark it, and I'll follow
Okay.
this mark here.
No objections, okay.
Okay,
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you all.
okay.
Okay, now we have 2 guest stars here today, and Robin Grammer, Delegate Grammer, would you like to say your?
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Chair. Is it okay if I start with House Bill 4?
Yes.
House Bill, thank you, Madam Chair. House Bill 4 expands the protections for the sale of coffee as part of a vocational IEP-related program to all schools in Baltimore County. This is the student coffee stand bill. If you remember, it started in my district. It expanded around the county. Those schools were grandfathered. Parkville High School has asked for this language so that they can participate. That is the purpose of the bill. It's used all over the county. We just want to offer it to Parkville.
Could I ask the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Who drinks the coffee that is sold, not the students?
Predominantly teachers, but there are cases where students are able to buy coffee.
But do you have tea?
In some cases, they do sell teas. It's really just a Keurig operation. And again, this is used by students with cognitive disabilities, students that really have a problem developing communication skills.
Okay.
Madam Chair, if I could just speak on it just for a moment. I appreciate Robin Grammer and his bill for one reason. We've seen the advancement of these special needs kids in the schools, and we have testimony and witness from parents to see now the interaction of these young people and how they've totally changed. They were closed in, they wouldn't talk, they wouldn't interact. Now they communicate, they interact, and like they've never done before because they've had this opportunity to exchange money and to talk to people and to do what they're doing.
Okay.
It's a program that's a benefit for these young people.
Okay, Delegate Grammer, my request is that you get us a list of the schools that do have this, because I would like to go visit one time. I keep hearing about it.
Absolutely.
I like the idea of the entrepreneurship and what's happening for the kids psychosocially, but I think coffee is the wrong thing for them, especially if the kids are going to be, that isn't healthy.
I appreciate the comment. Oh, I appreciate that comment.
Or milkshakes or something else.
So what we were finding is when the program was shut down, what the kids were doing was going to Dunkin' Donuts and getting a big mocha, frappa, whatever. They would cross a 4-lane state highway to get that. So we're not selling anything close to that. These are just simple one-shot coffees. And it's found to not be an issue in the schools for the principals and teachers.
Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that we move on, motion that's favorable.
Any other seconds? I'll second.
Okay.
All those in favor? I guess we
Aye.
roll call.
Do roll call with this one. Lamb,
Sorry, it was muted. I said yes.
West,
Yes.
Sidnor,
Oh, yes.
Sally,
Yes.
Kelly,
I guess yes.
and Klausmeyer.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then we'll catch up with JB. I think he's the only one missing.
We also have House Bill 253, if it's okay if I proceed with that.
Yes, please do.
Yes, Madam Chair, House Bill 253 alters the definition of community association for the purposes of seeking relief for nuisance abatement. This is a community blight bill. It does so in several ways, such as striking the membership requirements and the payment of dues by members for community associations. You might recognize this bill. This was Senator Sid's bill. We've worked on this issue for years. This passed the full House in 2019. This passed the full Senate in 2020. The bill is in the same posture. We've just never got this through both chambers in the same year. The nature of community associations has changed in Baltimore County. We see significant participation in volunteer activity, but frequently we don't collect dues from our members. And this allows us to use this portion of the law, seeing that we really don't collect dues. And that's what this is about.
I move favorable.
No, wait a minute. Okay, is someone seconding?
A second.
Second.
Okay, do we have any discussion? Okay, West, I had a feeling that's
Robin and I have agreed that we'll work over the summer to come up with a bill next year, which will modify this slightly to import some membership requirements and some geographic limits to make sure that a neighborhood association really represents that neighborhood rather than a much larger swath of Baltimore County, and has a requirement that there be a number of members of the neighborhood association to really ensure that it's a real neighborhood association, not just two old cranks who want to sue somebody. So,
Yeah, I have talked to the senator, and we will work to fix any problems with this at all. But I do believe in the principle of the bill.
So I don't want
Okay.
to block the bill this year. Let's let it go, let it become law, and then we'll tweak it next session.
Senator Kelly?
Yeah, it would seem to me each so-called association needs to set up its own boundaries. You couldn't say how many square miles because of geographic changes and impediments of highways, all kinds of things. I think what we should say, maybe add to this if you want it, is that by a certain time, even if it's another year from now, each one will say how it has defined its boundaries or put it into some form.
Senator, the bill already requires, the bill as it was written requires each association to define its boundaries. My problem is the boundaries could be defined extremely broadly. So you could have, under this bill, you could have a guy in Catonsville and a guy in Essex that form the Baltimore County.
Maybe it would have to be contiguous territory so they can't jump over other people's districts and go somewhere else and call it the boundary.
Well,
Right. That's
this
the
is
kind of
my
thing we can do.
question. Do we want to pass the bill in its current form? And then you're going to work on it, Senator West?
Yeah,
Senator
Robin and I will work
Grammer?
on it the summer, and we'll talk to Senator Kelly as well. But
Okay,
It's too late in the session now to amend it.
Right.
Passed this year as it is, even though it's slightly flawed, and we can fix the flaw next session.
okay.
And I'll just say,
Okay.
I'd be more than happy to work with you, Chris, and my delegate, and we can get this done. I think we can move forward. So thank you.
Yes.
And now don't
Okay.
leave me out. I mean,
I was just going to say, Senator Sidnor, you it looked
We're not
like
gonna
you
leave
were
you
just
out.
dying to say something.
yeah, I'm sitting, I'm listening. Don't leave.
Okay.
Anyway, well, that's fine.
Okay, well,
Let's pass
Evan?
this bill.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody not in favor? Any nays? So, okay, we've all, okay, it's unanimous.
Good morning, and thank you very much. I'll leave you to the rest of
Okay.
your business. Thanks
Okay.
And
again.
now we
You
have a delegate from the best district in the state,
Oh,
Joseph Boatler.
Amen to that. Thank you, Madam Chair and members of the delegation. I'm here today on behalf of House Bill 1141, and this deals with Baltimore County Public Schools air quality testing. Two things that this bill will do. One, it'll require the Board of Education to retain the services of a qualified indoor air quality investigator to conduct any indoor air quality assessments that the county board deems necessary. This is not a mandate on them where, if somebody files a complaint about their air quality in their schools, that they must do it. This is what they deem is necessary to do. The second thing that it will do is when these results are gotten, they need to post these things on their website and also inform the State Department of Education and require that the State Department would also place these results on their website. We have some serious problems in the county schools dealing with mold and asbestos. And this actually came about because a number of teachers actually came to me and they were very concerned about a situation that happened in Parkville Middle School. And the results took so long, and then the results were not posted. Parents were not informed, although the county did mitigate the problem. In the end, they had to go really searching to find the results of this. And it was interesting because even after results were placed out there, they basically stated that they found no mold, they found no asbestos problem, but yet they went on to say at the end of the report that, yes, they did find mold behind the walls and in room 205. So this is a very simple bill. It at least allows parents and teachers to know if a test is done, what the results will be. Both Howard County and Montgomery County do this already. So I ask that you would give this a favorable report.
Second.
How about, okay, discussion, any questions?
Yes, come on in.
Yeah.
A question.
Okay, Senator Sidnor.
Thank you, and then good morning, Delegate. Just from my look at the bill, just to make certain that I understand it, this is simple. All right, so we're hiring someone to do this investigation. The results get posted online. The question that I have is, because we've done this thing with, I guess, lead in water and the like, once it's out there, issue we've had is then using that information to then resolve the issue because people don't want to then pay to have these issues resolved. Is it my understanding that if we get these results and they're bad, are we then going to be looking to try to make certain that these issues are addressed with funding and the like?
Well, to me, that's something that I'm going to be looking at over the summer. I actually have had numerous conversations already with Baltimore County engineers who are involved in this process right now. We just want to move this step first. And then over the summer and coming into next year, I hope to have some other bills that we can find funding sources to try to address some of these problems, because we have a lot of schools that are 60 years plus. And actually what's interesting, Parkville, part of the reason they ended up with such a mold problem there was because of the air conditioning. These schools were built to put air conditioning in them. And these air conditioning ducts are now creating, a lot of moisture, and it's creating a worse problem, especially when you consider that a lot of the ceiling tiles, which are made out of asbestos, are pretty old in and of themselves. And that's the other problem to this, is that the ceiling tiles, asbestos only has about a 25, 30-year lifespan to it. So we're hoping to move forward. The county seems to be on board with that as to how we can find solutions that once this is posted, how do we move forward with it? I will say that the county did address the majority of the problem with their own resources at Parkville Middle School.
No, I do. I like the idea because I'll say even
wait a
coming
minute,
here to the General Assembly in January, initially I was wearing my mask indoors and Senator Lamb can attest. I'm like, is it all right to take these masks off HVAC systems running through everybody's office. So I understand and like the idea. Thank you.
Okay, Senator Kelly?
My concern is, shouldn't we get some legal advice? Because you could be setting up the system to tell them how to spend funds when that isn't our prerogative. And they could find, if they start posting across many schools, that they are outlasted what we've given them between the state and the county as a budget. I think we need the information, but we need some kind of an inspector general at some level, the state or the county level, that would determine which things require what and in what order. You could find that you got problems so massive when you look at, if you had this in one school, you probably got it in 40 or 50. And I think we might have unintended consequences with what we are just saying in this motion.
Well, Senator,
Delegate, can I
say
ask
that
you?
right now in
Joe.
Montgomery and Howard County, that they are already doing.
I'm not talking about Howard County. I'm talking about
Wait,
Baltimore.
I have a
ahead.
question. I have a question for Delegate Boatler. Did you work with the school system on this? Did you?
Yes, ma'am. I worked with, I
So
worked with
he
the
has,
teachers union.
Wait
I
a minute,
worked with
who
the
did
school
you-
system and I
Who in the school system?
Baltimore County, and they're the ones who created the language that we now have in the bill.
Who, was it the superintendent's office or the school board or who?
Well, I dealt with it was the school board. I dealt with the engineers in Baltimore County that actually,
I'm just asking, you say somebody put this language together, was that the school board?
yes, that came from, trying to think of his name. It actually came from one of the people that work with the county
Well, see,
executive.
one person, that's what I'm saying. That's not working with an entity that is legally responsible for anything.
Well,
Okay.
but we did work with the engineers that are involved in this work. It was Bazemore.
The engineers don't make
But-
fiscal decisions for the school system.
Well,
okay,
if you work-
but
if you
Senator
work with-
Sailing has something to say.
Hi, thank you very much. I think how I think the delegate is following suit with two other counties and how their process is a very good thing, because I think they've been successful and they're moving forward with this. I think going and meeting with the board and the engineers and the mechanics that do the work is very important, because they're the ones that have the knowledge and understanding to do the work. Which
I think you may
for
find.
that, and I think
Senator Kelly, Senator Sailing, wait a minute, is talking right now.
Thank you very much. I'm just saying that if we make sure that we continue with the process of how it's being done already, I think we'll go about the right way. I don't think it would be misled, because again, Montgomery County, and I think you said Howard is doing this, and I think we can follow up. It is a problem. We had problems in Baltimore, myself for my district. Now we don't. We have two new schools. So it's been a very serious problem. I think we all can agree. But starting this off, I think you said, Delegate, and moving
Okay.
forward next year to more bills to help us out, I think it'd be a good thing. So thank you, members.
Senator Kelly, do you have anything to add?
No, I just think that you're being naive in terms of ignoring whether we have standing legally to tell schools
Well-
how to spend certain funds. We're neither the board nor the superintendent. And I think
Well,
working with
I
somebody at
believe,
that level.
I believe Delegate Boatler said he worked with Tony Densmore.
Bazemore, yes.
Bazemore.
And so
But
this
Tony
is not something,
Bazemore, it doesn't have legal responsibility for anything.
well, you know what? I
Just saying,
think
I
that he's
agree you
worked
got a
with the school
problem,
system.
But you gotta determine who has legal standing to help us solve the problem. And it doesn't sound like whom you say you're working with.
Madam Chair, there was no opposition to this bill.
Okay.
Well, that doesn't.
Can I have a
voted.
motion?
Then one question, if I might ask,
Okay.
does the delegate, I think to the senator's question, do we have a letter of support from the Baltimore County school system? I think that might get to.
That's a good idea.
Honestly, I'm not sure that, I know that Tony agreed to it. They accepted the fact that if I adopted what they wanted, then they were in favor of the bill.
So I mean, I don't, is it?
I
out of-
don't have something
a
from
letter
like
from the school system to address the senator's concern?
I'm sorry, say it again.
I was asking Senator Klausmeyer if it was out of question, just to ask for the delegate just to have a letter of support from the county school
Yes.
system. I mean,
I
I think it's a
think
good
we'll-
idea, but
Okay. Okay, Joe, Delegate Boatler, will you contact the school system and get a letter from the superintendent's office saying that
Yes,
we're doing this?
yeah, I can do that.
And it's very important to me because I know how bad the mold is at Parkville Middle School. And I don't want any children to be in a school where there's so much mold, so.
Can I
I
move?
think we all
Yes.
agree with that.
Can I
Yeah,
move
so
that
Joe is gonna get a letter from the superintendent. And
I don't think we can wait to endorse this bill until next Friday because
no, well, we will
in
not.
peril it will not pass. So
No, we
can we,
will not.
can we support the bill today contingent on the delegate getting the letter?
And if you do not get the letter, then it will not go. So
Yeah,
I
I
have a
second that.
motion to do that.
I motion,
That
I
down.
second.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Favor?
All right.
Okay, it looks like we got a plan.
Okay. Thank you very much, Senator Kelly, for your thoughts on that, just to make sure that we have our Ts crossed and Is dotted. So any other?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I have to go, Madam Chair, because we have.
No, it's done. It's done.
Okay, but
Evan,
I
are we
can-
finished?
So, okay, so just to be clear, is there anybody who has objected to House Bill 1141?
no.
Okay, so the last bill on the agenda was Delegate Long. I don't see him here. That's House Bill 555. It's in the same posture as Senate Bill 424, which was already passed by this delegation.
What is,
It's the license change for Drug City Pharmacy.
oh, okay,
No,
No.
I make a motion.
okay.
Favorable?
Second,
If it's the
Second.
cross violence identical to what we've already endorsed, I second.
Yeah.
that.
I thought the other one was wrong, so I'm still wrong. I'm against it.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna match up the vote. So it was 5-3.
okay. Is it, okay, and for Senator Hedelman and Senator Jennings, we
Senator
read,
Hellman's here.
yeah, I know, I see, but she didn't get to vote on the first two bills.
Mm.
Okay. I've got
So,
another.
But if you guys have to go ahead and go.
Okay.
And
I have one final sentence. This is our last meeting of the delegation this year, and I want to compliment the chair of the delegation for doing a fabulous job.
well,
Good.
thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can
All
you
right.
tell me what
Don't
what were the
Yeah,
votes
don't-
on the other bills?
Unanimous.
Okay, then put me down. I did. have
Evan,
it.
what was the coffee
The
bill?
coffee, right.
And JB, you know about the coffee bills. You probably do too, Shelley.
Yes, we've seen that in prior years.
Okay, and the other bill was the community association bill, and
Yes.
we passed it out on the contingent that there Delegate West, Senator West, Senator Solling, and Delegate Robin Grammer are going to work on it this summer to tweak
Okay.
it up a little bit. But it's
Okay,
out of the house.
perfect.
And is that all, Evan?
I just need, so it was House Bill 468 as well, which was heard last week, and that was the School Board Nominating Commission.
Oh, that's right.
And
And
then that passed unanimously. Senator Sidner's concerns were allayed.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Kathy came on and told everybody about it.
Great.
Okay,
Okay, thank you very much.
we're all good?
And
Everybody-
I just need Senator Jennings to say okay as well, and then we're all set.
Senator Jennings, are you out there? He's probably out picking up cigarette butts. What do you think?
I think so. Or looking for turtles, one or the other.
Yeah. Well, we know he's not going to have a balloon in his hand to let go.
Definitely not. Have a good one. I'm going to go get
Okay.
tested.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.